There are three categories or ways that you can attract money. One is by using capital. You use your money to make more money. The second is by using your labor. You work hard to make money. And the third is, well, the genetic lottery. You win the lottery and millions of dollars fall into your lap. If you're one of those people, well, this doesn't really apply to you because I cannot change or affect that. So we're not going to be talking about the lottery system. Real wealth, real riches are built here. Yet our school system focuses just here. It teaches us how to make more money through our labor, but it never teaches us here, even though we are in a capitalist system, which means that the way that you build wealth is through your capital. Now, the argument is that the average person is not going to be able to take advantage of this because they don't have access to the capital, which will allow you to capitalize on this system. But the reality is, if you want to win, the first thing you have to do is you have to understand how the system works. I didn't grow up learning this. My parents are immigrants from a state in India called Punjab. My dad came to this country with less than $100. I grew up being told in my house that the only way you become successful is by studying hard in school and by getting a good job, by becoming a doctor. That's what my teachers told me. But at the same time, I saw my parents working their butt off every single day, 6 or 7 days a week, long hours every single day, no holidays off, no weekends off, working all the time, trying to figure out how to become successful. And that's where I realized there has to be something different. So I went out and started reading my own books, started reading books about money, started reading books about investing, started reading books about entrepreneurship. And that's where I started to realize we are playing a money game, but none of us are taught the rules of how to win in the game. If you want to become successful, the first thing you have to do is you have to understand the rules. And what school teaches us is it teaches us how to maximize our income here through our labor. Unless you have rich parents who are going to give you a whole lot of money, most of us have to start here. My first real job, real technical job, was at Auntie Anne's Pretzels, where I made $5 and I think 45 cents an hour. They paid me below minimum wage because I wasn't 18 years old at the time. And I was also working on my own side hustle, my own side business. I used to play an Indian drum called the dole at weddings. And in the beginning, I was charging $50 for an evening for me to play the drum at your wedding. It wasn't a lot of money because I wasn't very good. I was just getting started. But as I started to get better, I was able to charge more money to play the drum at people's weddings. In a few years, I went from charging $50 for an evening to $250 for 1 hour of me playing at your wedding. Now, I didn't suddenly become that much better. I became good. I knew how to play the drum. I knew how to carry a rhythm. I became pretty decent. But the reason why I was able to charge more was because of the years of experience that I had. Now I was good. Now I was able to perform well, and you were willing to pay for my expertise. That's why I was able to charge more for my labor, because I became good at what I did. While at Auntie Anne's Pretzels, after a couple years of working there, they gave me a raise of $0.25 an hour. $0.25, 25 cents an hour. That's the raise that I got after working there for 2 years. And then I quit, or they kind of fired me, and I quit at the same time because they didn't like that I kept taking time off to go to football practice. But I left, and then I continued working to figure out how I could make more money through my dole business by playing the drum at weddings. My goal was then to go to college. That way I can maximize the value of my labor, because if I get a good degree, if I go to medical school, I will become a doctor, and now my time is going to be very valuable. So I will be able to charge a lot of money per hour to do surgeries or to see patients, because now my labor is extremely valuable, and I would become a highly skilled professional so I can maximize my labor, right? This is what school is trying to do, where you go and get a good education, which gives you a good degree, which will help you get a good job, which will help you get a bigger paycheck. But now the question is, what do you do with this labor? For most people, this is the end. You work hard at your job and that's it. You're making a good income and that's what you want to live off of. But you have to remember, this is the system that we're in right now. Hate it or love it, this is reality. And you have to understand that if you want to win in this system. In this capitalist system, you have to deploy your capital if you really want to build wealth. What that means is twofold. So now, if you get a good paying job and you're trying to climb this corporate ladder, you're going from analyst to associate to director to VP to CEO, you're trying to climb this corporate ladder. This is the labor side of things. You're trying to get more money for the labor that you put in, but you also, this is what wealthy people do, you also want to work not just to climb the corporate ladder, but you also want to work to own the corporate ladder. That's what deploying your capital means. Deploying your capital means working for equity. It means working to have your money work for you. So in one case, on the company side, that means working for equity. That means owning a piece of a company. Maybe you start your own company. If you're not an entrepreneur and that's not for you, maybe that means investing in a company. So now you own a piece of the company, so you own a piece of the profits. Like in 2021, the CEO of Coca-Cola made $17 million. That's a lot of money. He makes that because he's on the top of the corporate ladder. He's on the top of the food chain. But at the same time, Warren Buffett, who owns a big chunk of Coca-Cola, made $168 million in dividends, a profit share from doing nothing except just owning a piece of the company. So the owner, Warren Buffett, made 10 times more than the top paid employee at Coca-Cola because he owned a piece of the company because he's working for equity. This is what you need to start thinking of if you want to win in this system. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide that goes over what passive income is, how to start generating passive income, and different passive income strategies. All you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.